Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Just in time preparation. Oh, a little polka. Beer barrel pub. Beer barrel polka.
It's wishful thinking.
It's wishful thinking.
I'm not drinking.
Oh, that's right. It's been like 2 months now.
Yeah, it's going on at least a month.
We talked about that yesterday, and I was like, "So how's it like not drinking for 2
Well,
months?"
I had fall training on that one, Joe.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was a sober October.
Sober October.
Yeah.
And then you said like it's a non-factor for you,
A non-factor whatsoever.
which is good. That's a good sign.
Want to introduce who's here today instead of talking about my drinking habits?
Well,
or non-drinking.
Well, we didn't get to the part we're gonna bust your balls for being late.
Oh,
It's all part of the prep work.
I forgot it's part of the prep work.
Yeah. We're gonna start on camera 2, which is normally the Pat cam, but we go to the Jimmy cam.
There it is.
Jimmy
It's
Cam.
fuzzy today.
All of a sudden
We're
he's
done.
fuzzy.
Well, I'm always fuzzy.
Jimmy! We got Scotty Mack back. We're gonna do a Scotty Mack health report in a little while. Paul Gamber's with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Mayor Verga's with us with a bunch of topics.
Yeah.
We'll be breaking some news today, so that's exciting. Get that going for us.
Yeah.
As long as you're not breaking anything on me, then we're good.
You missed your cue though. It's a
segue.
That was a segue. You're supposed to say no, which is good.
Yeah, the broken ribs, the broken collar. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about over here.
That's right. We got that. What is this topic that Pat put up the top? I haven't even looked at these. Citing housing costs and remote work among other factors. Oh, that was Chris McCarthy's thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Pat's on the back end, by the way, folks, just in case.
Pat. Pat's in the back, down in the corner. Good morning, Annie Rochon. Let's see who's with us. Well, let's go to the chat. Pat McNally's with us. Susan Casey Lipset, our friend.
Hi, Susan.
Atlanta. Phil Scannell, Teresa Imbroni Ferrara. That's your girl who from the back that took good care of you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Sweetheart.
Hold on. Phil and Lynn Scannell, though?
Just Phil.
Oh, it's Phil. I saw him at the YMCA on my recommended workout from the nurses.
Yep.
And they were walking in. I was walking out. So it was a very nice meeting. It was good to see them live.
There you go. Linda Jerome Tupman is with us. That's John Jerome's mom.
Yep.
Yes, Hyland.
One of our regulars. Katie Hyde, morning from Wisconsin. I think you met them at the Nest a couple months ago.
Yes, very nice.
You told them
people.
to watch
Very
the podcast. They've been addicted ever since. My beautiful wife, Kate. Nita Margarita's with us. Your mom?
That's my mom. That's my mother.
Nita Margarita's with us.
My mother just had back surgery, second one, and she's doing good with it. So love you, Mom. Hope you're doing better.
You got that. Ralph DeGiorgio's with us. Mike Bertolino's with us. And someone from Cape Ann Live said good morning, but we don't know who it is because their names don't come over. So if you're watching from Cape Ann Live, just type your name in when you say good morning so we know to give you a shout out. So there you go.
Ralph?
I did. I believe I said
Hi,
that.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Oh, Ralph DeGiorgio.
Yeah.
Ralphie, want to talk about a wise man? So we're at Castaways.
Not wise guy.
Not a wise
Yeah,
guy.
not to be confused with a wise guy.
Confused with a wise guy.
Right.
I said, I think Joey might be Joey Foot.
Joey Fudge.
Joey!
You're going to be seeing Joe Higgins momentarily because you won the Trim Tail print.
Yeah, for Scotty's event.
A lot of Joes on chiming in today or viewing.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got that going for us.
Which is nice.
Yeah, which is very nice. Thank you, got it that time. Jesus, I just lost my
Wise guy.
Oh, well, so we were at Castaways, and we talked about the potential impending storm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have Chris Spittle from Cape Ann Weather tomorrow because he's the preeminent weather guy around here.
Yes, he is.
And he actually cares about Cape Ann as opposed to the Boston ones that have to do a blanket forecast for the whole Northeast. He concentrates on Cape Ann, which we have a microclimate here, so weather can be completely different here than it is in like Boston or even Topsfield. So
even Wenham, I was driving in. It was overcast in Wenham this morning. I don't know, almost here halfway, and the sun was up. So yeah, it's even.
I was able to get out of the house yesterday, go for my walk, and we went to Governor's Academy, and Governor's was playing Cushing in hockey, and the Costanzo kid plays for Cushing.
Oh wow!
And number 9 on that team. Governors ended up winning 4-1, which I guess was a huge win for them.
Was that a state game or was that a regular season?
I think the regular season is going to be a
winding up
playoff game. I heard rumblings of a playoff game now. Again, I'm not following that closely, but it was nice just to get out of the house and sit there and watch a little bit of sports.
Oh, you're talking about Gloucester?
But you're talking about the weather, and it was actually snowing yesterday up at Governor's when we walked. It was flaking. It wasn't really coming down hard, but yeah.
So Chris Biddle tomorrow, I think we're going to try to get him to give us an update because Tuesday is when there's potential. 2 days ago, they were saying it was going to be like a blizzard. Now they're talking about potential rain, snow. We might be right on the rain snow line, or it might start out as snow and end up as rain. But I trust him implicitly. So
And why was Ralph a genius?
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Get it.
Good thing you brought him back.
Because we talked about it and he booked his Jimmy. We booked he booked his flight to get out a day early. So he's a smart man.
How about McCarthy? Can we get a heat wave update from him?
Fuck that guy. I miss him. I miss our buddy, but he's been torturing me with photos, and I tell him to keep torturing me because it makes when summer comes, makes it that much sweeter. Let's get to some of your topics though, because we have a bunch of. We've been burying the lead here. We have a bunch of topics, a lot of good stuff going on, and you want to take it from the top?
Sure.
Gloucester sign? Do we have a new sign?
So we have a new sign. People have, I'm sure, driven by. Hopefully they noticed there's a new sign down at the Rotary, the old Friendlies. I guess we still call it the old Friendlies, right?
Yeah.
One thing that was pointed out, I found out reading the article in the newspaper, is the fish, the cod had been replaced by tuna. That was a communication error, and the cod are coming back in another week or so. There's the old sign on the screen.
Yeah.
People say, why don't we just paint the old sign? But that thing was wood and rotted. This new one is pretty much 100% man-made, so that's going to last a long time. So big thanks to Billy over at Seaside Graphics. They did a great job. And it's been in the works for a long time. We've been getting emails and people pointing out, since I've been in office, you have to fix that sign. But supply chain issues and all that other stuff. But there it is.
Seaside Graphics is like a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
They you go in there, you need a sign. You need a T-shirt. You need a embroidery. The kids uniforms, car wraps. It's not a huge space, but what they put through there is incredible.
They took care of my Mustang. I was really pleased. I had to redo a striping issue on my Mustang, and they took care of it. It was great, great work.
Paul, you were talking about for your car. You put a lot of people are doing for nicer cars like a clear film.
Yeah.
To protect the.
I think they call it clear bra or whatever. It protects the paint from all the little road chips and all that.
Do you know if they do that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
They do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I
interesting.
just want to point out that Jimmy brought his Mustang out just in time for all the snowstorms that we're having this season.
Well, you know who wears the pants in the family.
Yeah.
And Pat needed the other car to go to New York, so he pretty much got,
Unfortunately, Joey didn't plow his driveway, so when I came in, I lost control of my car, and my car. So Joey didn't plow his driveway or even shovel his walks. I almost broke my neck out there.
Jeez. Joe Orlando.
We'd be in the Gloucester treehouse together.
Yeah. No kidding.
Is the link up? My wife just texted saying she can't see it. So is the link up on Facebook already?
For what?
For the show today?
Which
Good Morning Gloucester should be up, yeah. Or if you go to Good Morning Gloucester,
Go to the
it'll be
website.
at the top of the blog.
So
Yeah.
she's Got it.
Nice. There you
You
go.
must have heard.
Yeah. Well, there's a little delay, so I did have like a 10-second delay. So there's that with the Gloucester sign. Good news. You get
Which is
some-
nice.
Which is very nice. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and it, if you notice, other than the fish, it didn't change a whole lot. So, talk about the controversy with the fish. If we'd redesigned that, it would have been pandemonium.
People don't like change. People are like having a meltdown. There's the bridge redesign.
Yeah,
And like people going absolutely sideways. And I'm saying to myself, look at that bridge. The bridge we have is like this rust bucket bridge.
Mhm.
Like, I really like, so okay, so they're going to have it open from one side, but I'm like, what is really like so ugly about this new design? I can't figure it out. And the only conclusion I can come to is that people just vehemently hate change.
yeah. Well, I can say, that's not on my list, but we had a pre-presentation at City Hall a week or so ago, and they presented 4 designs, and we says, X-nay on these 2 because they were just ridiculous. One had this, you can see them, this big monolith that was on the mainland side, and then a string, like it'll, like in castles, just to pull it up like that. And it would have been like, I don't know how many feet in the air. And the other one was a design, so it would have gone up, like this.
Oh, right.
Like
So
the one by the airport. there.
Yeah, so it would have had 2 big on each side of the canal. It would have had 2 big U's that it just went up on. So it's like, we can't have this unsightly thing. So thankfully they took that out. And I don't know did you watch the presentation? I don't know if they covered the bypass bridge, because the group from Mass DOT and their engineers were saying they're sort of leaning against a bypass, like they have right now in Essex.
Oh, yeah.
For the temporary bridge, and we had before when they repaired the bridge. So they, at the very least, they'll have a pedestrian and bicycle bypass. But Senator Shah's office and my office will be pushing for a vehicular bypass, because we can't just have.
Oh, so there's potential that the bridge would be, you wouldn't be able to cross the Magnolia or for like a year. Like,
Yeah.
what are they talking about for construction? Because construction around here is not like construction in Florida. It's like
Hey, no.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, if they say it's going to be a year, it'll be a year and a half, 2 years. So,
oh my God.
so
Well, if it's anything like that project over in Danvers, it'll be like 8 years from now. That 128 project. That thing's been going on forever.
Don't say that in front of Ralph.
I know.
Ralph has friends that work with those guys.
Yeah, I know.
And he came to their defense. And I think the most indefensible thing I've ever talked about on this podcast is that construction by the Danvers Mall. And
Yeah.
Ralph somehow found a way to say, oh no, they're dealing with time. They're dealing with time.
yeah, and I don't mean to pick on Mass DOT. I'm just saying that at least they listened to us and pulled out those 2 ridiculous designs.
Right.
But this is probably not going to get underway till 2028. So, but it's enough time for people to plan accordingly.
Yeah, if you're in Magnolia or West Gloucester, call Kate and she'll sell your house for you to some unsuspecting victim.
She might want to disclose that.
No, just you talk. This is between me and you. She doesn't know anything about that. Yeah. I couldn't imagine living at Kent Circle. I used to live at Kent Circle, and like all summer long, I would look, and if there was any kind of sign that the bridge is going to be up, I just headed up the other way. I success.
I have a question. I don't know if Paul remembers this, but the last time that they did some construction, didn't they have a high-rise ramp that went up and over? How tall was that ramp?
It wasn't that. I don't know if the boats were able to get under it. It certainly wasn't a drawbridge. You're saying the temporary bridge.
Yeah, the temporary
Yeah,
bridge that they had.
we were pretty young when that happened.
Yeah.
So I don't recall it very clearly, but they have to do something this time. You mentioned
That
living
was
at Kent
massive,
Circle.
I thought.
Yeah, and then you want to go to Poseidon's for pizza, and you get to go all the way around.
That's a 10-mile jaunt. No, thank you.
So anyway, we're going to be pushing for that, though.
Drew Hale says, I know where someone can buy a nice house in West Gloucester. He's ready to move to Florida. He took the family down to the Keys. He's been fishing, sharing pictures and videos, crushing the fish down there, having a blast.
The picture that he had with his 2 sons and the amount of fish that they caught on that trip was absolutely staggering. It was such. If I was a kid that age, I'd be beside myself. And sure, as a dad watching that, to see their kids catch that many fish is got to be so exciting.
We have to move cars for Eloise.
Okay, so I think I'm
that's
blocking
me.
everybody.
And I'm blocking Mayor.
I went on the side.
3 cars.
That's a podcast.
Yeah,
We'll
she
be
has-
back Tuesday.
Me and Jimmy will be. No, Jimmy, you're clear.
Yeah, I
All right,
parked on
we
the
have-
side. I knew.
I'm sorry, guys. We have to let her out.
Yep.
So,
And so my updates, just hang on.
yeah, we'll be right back. Jimmy and I will fill. This is what you call.
messages.
This is what you call filling
Oh,
time.
good. This is going to be like the Antiques Roadshow now.
No, we have some time. We have some topics here. There you go.
Joey, you forgot to put that in the memo.
What's that? Oh, to not block in Eloise? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Jimmy,
That's one way of doing it.
why don't you slide over here for me?
No.
Oh,
I'm
Jimmy,
I'm enjoying.
Oh, hold on, let me fix your phone.
Oh, there we go. Fix my button.
It's having trouble finding your face.
Oh, why? Usually.
Thank you, dear.
Jimmy, back up.
I am backing up anymore.
Hold on. Let me just go like this.
That would do it.
Is that got you? Is that focusing on?
Not from this side.
No, I don't know why that is. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it on. Hold on.
It's all right
Okay.
by me.
Go to my camera first,
You
Jim.
got it.
All right. Let's turn it on. All right.
So this is how we're gonna kill time, folks.
This
Trying to
is
figure out.
this is
This
is it?
No. Oh, well, I'll have to wait for this topic.
Yeah, there's a
So
couple
I'm
good
gonna
things.
ask our viewers right now just to think about this topic because this is going to be coming up. And who was that? I think it was me, you, and Scotty potentially saying, what restaurant around town would you say that you can rely on for the most consistent restaurant in Gloucester?
Yep.
You know, you go there and they're just absolutely going to crush it.
Yeah, Pat was in on that too.
Oh, Pat was in on that too?
Yeah.
So we're not going to answer those yet, but I want everybody to think about that. I know I have mine. Oh, Bob Rogers, thanks for sharing the podcast. Nita Margarita, thanks for sharing it. Coder says passports. Mingle, Coder, Mike, not multiple. Mike just didn't
Just blew it up.
Mike did not get the assignment.
But Phil did.
Phil, Tono, Mark Leonard says Tono. Annie Roshan shared it. Thank you for sharing, Annie. Susan Lapine says watching from Fifth Avenue Coffee Shop. Oh, I'm jealous. Mike Berlino says passports. Joanne Wood says Lobsterland. Thank you for sharing, Kathy Matthews Rogers. We appreciate that.
Nice.
And anybody else have any? Okay, Jimmy, why don't you say yours and I'll say
Sure.
mine.
Okay. Well, I say Oliver's. It's it's.
Oliver's Harbor.
Yep.
Which a lot of people to this
Oliver's
day,
Harbor.
Even though it's been there for probably 4 years now,
Yeah.
to this day, we will talk about it occasionally, and some people say, "Where is that?"
Right.
Which
Where's that?
is bananas.
But it's a good portion. It's always a good amount and tastefully, and it's something that I enjoy no matter what. I try to do different things on the menu just because I'm one of those guys. I got to try different things so I can say no or yes, and I just think they're consistent.
I think that's one of Gloucester's great mysteries, because I agree with you. I think it is a great spot, and the food is consistently very good.
Yes.
And some creative dishes, and I think the best place in town, setup wise, to watch a game because they have the televisions. They have a great bar.
Yeah.
They have as nice a bar. Well, maybe not as nice as Tono. Maybe not as nice as the back room at Mile Marker. Maybe not as nice as the Franklin. But after that, probably the fourth nicest room in town, like for a bar situation. And just no one seems to. It's not on people's radar. Hey guys, sorry about that. Thank you for moving it.
And here they are coming in.
So we just talked about what you think is the most consistent restaurant in Gloucester that you're going to go there and you're going to get a tremendous. You're going to get a great meal, great service.
Just want you to validate our
Validate us. Talking here.
I'll get the stamp. We'll stamp it.
Wait a second. Those are from the Golden Bananas. That's the Golden Banana
Oh,
card.
yeah, that's right. Oh, it was Charity. This is Misty. And this is
Mercedes.
And Mercedes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Chris McCarthy says Blue Marlin, his most consistent. Brianne Casso says I second Oliver's Harbor. So we're talking about Oliver's Harbor, like the place that it's just for, despite being there for like 4 years, just isn't on a lot of people's radar. Even though they do great, they have
The old trio,
it's great.
the Trattoria. Yeah, the old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we said it's like one of the best places to watch a game. Probably
It's
is.
one of the best kept secrets in the city to go watch a sporting game.
Yeah, for sure.
And it won't be a secret anymore. But let's get them some business. Get down there, try it out.
Oh,
And they're
that's
open
it,
for
yeah.
lunch usually too. A lot of places,
What?
that other than the sandwich shops, not a lot of sit-down restaurants that are open for lunch. Though.
So a couple of years ago, they didn't have a lunch menu, and it actually bothered me a little bit because I was like, this is like I want to come and have something a little bit, more sandwich like or whatever for a little less money. And they didn't. It was during COVID, so they really would. It was not their fault. But since then they have. So Jimmy, you said this right?
Yeah.
Now they have a lunch menu now. Let's make a point of going there within the
Where
next
is
couple
this?
days. Oliver's Harbor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of years ago they didn't have a lunch menu. Now they do. So there's
And one
that.
thing I want to put out with that is the wait staff and bartenders and everything. They're
They're
great.
s-
They're
sweet.
solid.
Yeah.
So again, I think that's part of the consistency too.
Yep.
So
Oh, I
I'm just
agree.
throwing that
And
out.
you know what I like about Oliver's?
What's that?
That the decor in there, the actual design of
Yeah.
of the building, the layout. So if the restaurant part, they have the glass up so you don't hear the.
If you don't want to hear the
Chitter-chatter from the
bar,
other
some
side.
people are very averse to televisions.
Yeah.
Some people won't. There are people that won't go to a restaurant that
And
has
even the bar top, the design of the bar
Yeah.
area, and you like to sit down and have a meal. The food is just as good sitting there as anywhere.
that's all you're preaching to the choir. Yeah. Chris McCarthy says Blue Marlin, which is a great call. Lois Ann Whitmarsh Hamilton, Oliver's. Phil Scannell says Oak to Ember.
Caitlin
Oh,
says right on Harriet Road.
Look at that, my baby. Kate gave me some love right there. I did make. So listen, I found a new recipe. We're gonna get back to your topic just after this. But sorry, I was like on a tangent right now. I got a new recipe. So listen, this hits all the numbers. This is comfort food. This is easy. This is inexpensive, and this is delicious. All right, it's very, and I'm gonna explain it in less than a minute. Crock pot. Just put olive oil, light thing of olive oil on the bottom. Chicken thighs, put them in the bottom. Well, actually, before you do that, put like whatever kind of chicken seasoning you like. Spread it on top of the olive oil. Place the chicken thighs on top of that. Put top the rest of it with the seasoning. Good hearty coating of seasoning. Cover high for 5 hours. Chicken comes out like it's barbecued chicken, crispy skin, and fall off the bone. My daughters, who are very finicky, Kate, very finicky with chicken, loved it. I'm just saying. And chicken thighs, you can get right now 99 cents a pound at Stop and Shop, which there's no protein on the planet for 99 cents a pound right now, except like really good deal.
Good morning,
That's a
Gloucester.
good value right there.
Now you got it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gloucester has now become Good Morning America with a cooking segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We
I was
do
gonna
live cooking next
I was
week,
gonna say
folks.
of like Matt Lauer being that thing, but you don't want to be.
Oh, no,
you don't
no,
want to be.
no, no.
You don't want to be associated with Matt Lauer. No, not good. Hey, Kate, thanks for the props, dude.
Did it under a minute. You were explaining your chicken recipe.
Did you time it?
Yeah.
44 seconds.
44 seconds.
Wow.
All right, let's get back to Mayor Verga. We have some news about the.
You have more than a minute, sir.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
I'm not timing.
After,
We'll time you.
after listening
I thought
to
the
me,
mayor was going to give us his most consistent place.
Well, as mayor, it's difficult to do that.
Yeah, we don't put him on the spot.
Don't put him on the spot.
Oh,
yeah, because
I love every restaurant in town.
Yes.
spoken like a true politician. Right
I haven't found it yet, but I love you.
Everyone is consistent.
Even the ones I've never been to. I love them.
Love that. Love they're the best. They are the best.
And the wait staff's great.
Yeah. Farmers market news.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not excellent news. So we had the big controversy last year. We had offered them a different spot at stage 4, and the Cape Air Farmers Market, for various reasons, decided not to go forward last year. I mean, coming out of COVID, things were tough for them. So we proactively reached out to them, Cape Air Farmers Market, that is, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, to say, interested, we want to talk to you. And they said they're just not going to host another one this year. So we have reached out to a couple organizations, And that's why I'm here today. If anybody knows somebody who's interested, let's talk.
Well, there is the Magnolia one.
And the Magnolia Farmers Market, I was going to say, they're still in business on Sundays. Well, not right now, once they get kicked off again. So at least we'll still have a farmers market in Gloucester.
That's a bonus. Bonus for Magnolia. The downtown's loss is Magnolia's gain. But I'll tell you, over the years doing the podcast, doing the blog, farmers markets has incubated a tremendous amount of small businesses.
Yeah,
I mean, like I could probably reel off over 20, small businesses that launched as just ideas and because it's not a huge outlay.
I have to be reminded of where the Gloucester one was. Is that Harbor Loop? Was that where it was?
Originally.
Yeah.
Originally?
But then they had been at stage 4 and they got shifted back and forth. So the most recent, during the COVID years, they were at Harbor Loop. When they had met with me during the transition after I got elected before I took office about going back to stage 4. And I says, well, I probably might not be in the same spot because we got work planned up there for the 400th, which didn't get underway last year, which will be underway this spring. So we offered them, like I said, the lower lot where the Waterfront Festival is, or the parking lot, wherever they wanted to go. But like I said, they're just not ready to pull the trigger again this year. And we'd love to get somebody who's interested in doing it somewhere in town, stage 4, Harbor Loop, whatever we can work out. But just want people to know we're looking, and if they have ideas, we're listening.
There you go. So the ball has been lobbied back into the farmers market court.
How do they get a hold of you?
That's the way I'm taking that.
That's a great point.
Because the mayor's page, which isn't my page.
Yes, that's right. You can call the office 978-281-9700. This camera, right?
Yep.
Or mayor@gloucester-ma.gov. Don't send messages through Facebook Messenger on the mayor's Facebook page, or comment. You can comment on the Facebook page, but we have a policy not to respond to those because it's just inconsistent responses. So the best way is call in the office. It gets logged in and addressed. So any ideas on that or anything, just give us a call. Happy to chat.
There you go.
See?
Green Street Playground and Meadows softball field.
Right. So you don't have to recap all the issues that happened with the new East Vets school that's slated to open this September.
Really, for this year?
This September, yep. So, there was some controversy about the taking of the Meadows softball field that was incorporated into the new school design. The previous administration, previous city council, everybody agreed to move Meadows softball field over to Green Street. It didn't get underway when I took office. I thought things were in the works. Turned out they weren't. We had to actually get an easement from Sam Park from the Gloucester Crossing Road, or what schoolhouse, I don't know which road it is, right? That's parallel to Green Street. So we now have a construction easement, so we can start the project. It should be going out to bid in March. One of the things I had been pushing back on is the bathrooms. That became a big sore spot with a lot of people. But we may have found a compromise by moving the bathrooms closer to Green Street, further away from the field. The problem was I don't know how many, about 1,000 feet to get from where the nearest manhole cover is to the and once you saw it on the maps that had the plans for the field, there was a green line representing that sewer line. And it's like, this is just, doesn't make sense. So I sat down with Tracy O'Neill, the Ward 2 counselor, a couple of representatives from the Women's Softball League, and they seemed to agree that it didn't make sense to do the sewer line down there. So this one closer to the entrance should be a good, like I said, compromise, because it wouldn't be just for the softball users, it'd be anybody using the Green Street playground. And it's also closer to the neighbors, so they can keep an eye on it, because we have a problem with vandalism on facilities like that.
So that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
They're going to have you have a brand new, beautiful field over there, huh?
Yeah, and so
It's exciting.
the documents were sent to the city council. Everything that we do in our office, we send through the city council through the mayor's report, and this in the city council packet. So you should, if you go through the city's website, the city council page, you'd see their previous packets and get a lot of these memos we send, or these blueprints, whatever. But anyway, it's going out to bid. We hope to get it started, and it won't be ready for this softball season, but April 2024.
That's awesome. I'm sure I would think that there's people going to be thrilled. And I bet you that they're going to do a real nice job.
I think it's great to have a restroom near a field, because, I'm involved with a bunch of fields when I go and play and do all that stuff. And right here in Gloucester, there's only a few that really they have the porta johns that some of the kids will go. I'm not going in there, stuff. But to have something made in there, that's great.
What would be why would it be so averse to just having porta potties though? Just about every field I ever go to for soccer, it's just porta potties.
Well, it's good. It's good. It's fine. But I'm just saying to have a facility set up for that, that's an added bonus.
But one thing to keep, it's also an added expense because the estimate is it's like a $20,000 to $30,000 a year expense to each one of those facilities for maintenance and making them winterize them and all that stuff. And then, like I said, specifically the one at Burnham's Field has been vandalized quite a bit. So the original plan, the original assumption was that it would be exactly what was at Mado's, which were real bathrooms. And then when it was presented at the city council several months ago, DPW pointed out they would be sort of a souped up porta potties, an enclosure, but not running water and all that. And that created another controversy. But I think we found the compromise, but it's still, the proof will be in the pudding. If it gets vandalized, we'll have to figure out what the next plan would be.
Very important statements. Last question for you on the softball field thing. One, I propose that you throw out the first pitch when it is actually finished.
It would have to be under him, right?
And two, would you do it?
Sure. Why not?
Here it is.
I mean,
You being the authority and picking,
I'm not, but I'm just.
I'm very athletic, so.
I propose that someone awards me $1 million. I propose that. How's that sound?
Wow. You know what? I take that. You can have the first pitch.
We haven't got to music with the mayor thing.
Oh, great. So music with the mayor, just to recap, I started in, I think the first one aired in June last year. And so I used to have with Rick Moore, MSO News Sports, I used to have a unfinished music. We started as a live show, and then we switched to a recorded show. So what I did is, and I'm doing now, we bring in local musicians, bands, come into the office. I do a quick intro, they get to promote they can't do shows that are upcoming because these shows get recorded and don't air for like 2 months. But they'll talk about where you can find their music online, Spotify, whatever. Then they play. It's basically, I stole the idea from the Tiny Desk concerts from NPR. They come in, they'll talk about the song, they'll play the song, and then I do an outro. It's usually like 3 to 6 songs, depending on who the guest is. Last week, the last show that aired was with Surnames, leading Anastasia Murphy, his band, all original music. We played up in the auditorium because it was the drummer, the bass player, and guitarist. And so that aired last week, 2 weeks ago. Last Friday, we released the bonus tracks that I sat in and played bass with them.
Ah, nice.
So you can see those on the mayor's Facebook page as well.
Big money for those. Those are collector's items.
So in the can now, ready to come out in March and April is Millie Manning of $1.5 Million Nelsons.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then,
guess so.
Very good, yeah.
and then on,
It's awesome.
so April would be Dan King we've got recorded. So
Now, how does somebody sign up if they want to be a part of that?
same contact info we just gave, 281-9700, 978-281-9700, or mayor@gloucester-navy.gov. Has to be original music. We don't want to deal with copyright issues. The fear is we post it and then the copyright police pull the thing down and then you kind of stop. So all original music, and we'd like to have a chance to listen beforehand, to make sure it's no offense, but
kill everybody.
I mean, most of
dropping the F-bombs everywhere.
right, or nothing personal, not people who aren't good. I'm sorry. I mean, as a musician, nobody wants to tune into
Endure,
So
have you heard of that new local band that's around?
No.
They've been dropping the stash.
I haven't
They're
heard of
all
that.
original.
Really? Yeah. What's like the main history in that band?
The main instrument, from what I understand, was the flugelhorn.
Yeah.
You got any comment there on camera?
Stash. And that's the half.
You got any comment on the flugelhorn?
Lemon Drop has all the words. She's in charge of the group. So it's all what
Oh,
she
female lead in the band.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good, yeah.
Lemon drop in the who?
The stash.
Who's the stash?
Not the Who.
There you go.
Anyway, so music with the mayor. If anybody's interested, reach out. Whether it's a solo, like we had John Jerome, and he was accompanied by Jeff Small. The two of them would fit in the office fine. Bigger bands will go upstairs to the auditorium.
Awesome. Yeah, Millie's fantastic. We booked Millie for our New Year's Eve thing, and it was COVID, and we had to cancel it. But we by chance walked into the upstairs at the Rum Line where her band was playing, and we were blown away. She's so talented and fun music. Yeah, really had the place going. Brenda Grimes Davis has a question. Greg, will the playground equipment be replaced?
Right now, the focus is on the field. So never say never. Let's see what happens first. That's the priority. And that the city has, in the previous administration, and when they bonded to build the new school, I forget what it was, $60 million. They did a second bond of $4.5 million to cover stuff that wouldn't be reimbursable by the state. And that included the St. Anne's temporary space, the raising of the East Gloucester School, and create an open space there, and then the moving of the field to Green Street. So see how far that $4.5 million goes for those three items.
East Gloucester School is going to be an open field?
Yeah, that was because there was some, Chapter 97, there was some state law that protected the Matos field. And so we transferred it to East Gloucester. So that was the agreement. Wow. That's going to be torn down. And,
oh my God, those East Gloucester people made it out there. That's great. I went to that school. It was a nice school. Greg, well, okay, we got all of that in. All right, fantastic. Thank you for coming for all of that. I appreciate it. I should mention we have Brianna Halner is going to be coming on in probably about 15 minutes or so. And I saw this. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was getting ready for work, and I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw Pat's going to put up the artwork right there. She's making these. I don't know if you call those lithograph prints or carved prints, block prints. She's making these prints and she's selling them. But we'll talk to her more about it when she gets here. I purchased one immediately. I contacted her, and she's going to bring in, and they're very reasonably priced. I think they're $25. And I love the whole design. Very simple, the simple part of it. So there's that. All right, Pat, you ready to start putting up some graphics?
I'm ready.
This is all Pat right here. Oh, I want to talk. I'm gonna talk about this first though, because Joe Higgins. So is everybody familiar with Chat GPT?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, it's Skynet, basically in waiting.
It's scary.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's all I can think about is Terminator.
It's all I can think of is like that Boston Dynamics group that has like a fleet of the dogs, that robotic dogs.
Yeah.
And so this is it's artificial intelligence.
Uh-oh.
AI. It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the premise of Terminator, with the moment where the robots found that they can be more powerful than the humans. This is all coming together right now. So ChatGPT is, you can go to the ChatGPT thing and type in, write me 4 paragraphs about the American Revolution, and it'll spit out a fairly accurate 4 paragraphs about the American Revolution.
Yeah.
You could say, so now they also have an art one. And I was with Joe Higgins at the Salted Cod Art House the other day, and he said, give me an idea for the craziest idea that you could come up with for an image. And I was kind of like dumbfounded. He goes, I'll give you one. He goes, I'll say a piping plover on a charcoal grill. Okay. So this
isn't going to start any controversy.
No. This is just for an example.
Get out of frame on this.
No. This is just for an example, right? So this is. Oh, I didn't get the.
It's not cropped.
It's not. Well, this is on me because this is what I must have sent her, but it's not cropped. But so he typed in a piping clover on a charcoal grill into this open eye. And it came back with these images, which are piping clovers on charcoal grills. Yeah. And the craziest, you can put that back up, Pat. I know she's like scared to death. She's going to get fucking canceled or something.
I was going to go try to fix it.
Fix it? All right, yeah. So no, but like, so these images that it comes up with are not copyrighted. So you also and then
But for now, till they start claiming they're sentient and they want copyright,
right. So you can also have it. So these are images. You can have it do like logos. You can have it do like graphics. And the graphics that it comes up with, it'll come up with like 20 different graphics, and you don't even have to pay a designer. So I can't imagine what this is going to do to marketers. Like I was tempted to.
That's sad. Yeah,
I was tempted to do a full day's blog through ChatGPT, like just to see if anyone would even like as a test to see if anyone could figure out that this was not me typing.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
So there it is.
There's
So
he feet up.
So Joe put this in. Literally, all he typed in was a piping plover on a charcoal grill. Obviously, this is not real life, but in 30 seconds, it created those 4 images.
Yeah, when this first started being talked about, I mean, my son and his girlfriend work in AI. He's at Google, but when this first started talking about this chat, whatever the heck it is,
GPT,
like the last month or two, it was wow. You know, these high school kids and college kids they're writing their term papers. You know, that's terrible. Or it's doing artwork. Oh, that's kind of dumb. But now when they have this was a New York Times a journalist having a fight with one of them, you know, saying you're ugly, you have bad teeth, and things like that. That's where the Skynet thing really starts to make you think.
Crazy, but like so.
see Elon Musk video.
One of them passed. No, but one of them passed this crazy exam. Like the ChatGPT passed like to be certified for something. I forgot what it was. It passed like this.
It was the bar. It's my new lawyer.
I'm a Gloucester. Yeah, but think about like graphic designers. How much, like, I don't know. It's pretty. If I had a kid that was in school for graphic design, I'd be like, it's time to divert your
change your major.
Change your major. Hard left.
Well, imagine this: everyone that applies for a driver's license that's not eligible to drive, getting all this stuff online too, right? No.
Yeah.
Well, I think. Yeah,
I'm talking about passing exams and things.
You have to pass the driving.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do the road test.
But unless you have the auto driving car, then you don't have to worry about it.
Right. Which is coming.
We're all going to be out of work.
Just all sorts of stuff you can pick out from your thoughts of what's going to happen with that. It's scary.
Well, as long as they don't have a chatbot mayor yet, then I guess.
We have this.
They have Elon Musk though he was given a presentation online and he had button to button and it would change his voice to like the president's voice, to Donald Trump's voice, to a woman's voice, to a kid's voice, to a cartoon voice. During the whole presentation, he just kept clicking the buttons. He says, you can't tell the difference, you know, because it takes their speeches. You know, it's not like where they take like an F from this word and a D from this word and then they try to combine it. It was like the person was speaking, but he was just speaking in his own. And in the computer, the AI was automatically converted to some celebrity's voice, real time, as he's speaking. So what you see his lips moving,
it's like those
and you hear Biden's voice coming out of his mouth.
You know what that's going to do?
Yeah.
That's going to create a whole market for like voiceover work. And when you're going to read for a commercial or online for the television or radio or whatever. And then if you sound like that person and you're using the words, that's going to be dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different layers to it. It's pretty banana. Joe Higgins put the site is Dally. Oh, Pat, where'd the graphic go? So here's the upcoming 3 to 4 week temperature outlook for our region right there. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, it looks like
that's a smiley face for me up top.
You like because you like the snow because you're snowmobile
next weekend.
So what's this light blue band? Oh, this band here is that?
That is colder than 60 to 70% colder than normal.
Oh, not 67 degrees. 60 to 70.
No, 60 to 7% colder.
Jeez.
In Florida. So normally down in St. Pete and Tampa is usually 50s this time of year. It's been like 80s, 70s and 80s. So they're really enjoying their anyone that went.
And I would be remiss if I did not say, where are you going for 10 days, Joey?
When?
This week.
I'm not going for 10 days. I'm going for a week.
A week.
Yeah.
I
Where you
was
going?
remiss to
St.
say.
John.
Okay.
Beautiful spot.
Joey, are there any prizes today? Any
No, we
shares?
got no
Nothing?
prizes.
Okay.
Yeah, no prizes. All my prizes are down the wharf. I just lugging them back and forth is getting out of control. But I should have had something. It's on me because I'm that guy. I will take responsibility as a leader. I failed. I should have had a prize. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not passing.
Yes, don't share today's podcast at all.
I'm not passing. I'm not passing the buck.
Yeah.
Paul, did you hit that button to change his voice to a celebrity?
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
I bet the chatbot host wouldn't have missed the prizes.
Right. That's right. There you go. Oh, I think that's McCarthy's topic right there.
Stacey today?
Oh, Sazy report. Hold on.
Sazy.
We'll get that. I have a Sazy too, and I haven't. Give me that. There's my beautiful wife, Kate. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate around here, she's more than welcome to have help you out with that.
I just got my inactive real estate license yesterday.
Oh, you can't be a real estate agent and be a mayor?
Can't do anything to be. I can't even, have a hot dog stand. The charter is very specific. You can't have a second job. But I maintain my license, but it's in active status, so I don't have to take the CEUs like Kate does.
All over. Oh, really?
But if I go back to it, I have to get the 12 credits.
So, you know what I'm interested in? What is this? Can you explain the process for who's that?
Must be-
Oh, special guest.
Oh, that's the guest. There's our guest.
Special guest.
Oh, so
She's
we'll cut
early.
off on this time. No, that's all right. That's good.
She doesn't show up. Like some people just before the podcast.
All right. We said that this is it Brianna or is it Brianna? Brianna.
You're close.
Brianna.
It's
50
neither
different
one
ways.
of the two you
It's
said,
50
actually.
50 different ways. Come
Yeah,
on over
that's
here.
right.
Yeah, so I'm purchasing this. I saw this
I'm
morning.
looking all over for a Brittany.
Why don't you go sit right there where Jimmy is? Yeah. Why don't you sit right next to her, wherever you like. Wherever you like. So Brianna. Go ahead. There you are. There she is.
Hello.
Hannah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm an artist that recently moved to Gloucester with my boyfriend Evan. And
From where? From
Nice to
where? Where
meet
you
you.
from?
From Weymouth
Yeah.
on the South Shore where I came from today.
Oh, wow.
So we came in hot this morning and you said, do you want to be on the podcast? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I think we have to leave. So we came from Weymouth.
Oh, wow.
And
Attaboy.
so we drove right up this morning, and so I have to get you a replacement frame because I had to frame it really quick. Had to go get a frame, come up here.
Oh my God, you really?
But this is
Look at that.
what it will look like.
Look how
Nice.
beautiful that is.
There is it.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, as you know, so the reason I asked you, if you look around, the stuff that I have is like thin black frames, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like and white, black and white images. So
yeah.
it's like this is just.
It goes
so,
with it really well.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does. You hold that up again. So can you explain the
Yes.
process that you do what is it called that technique?
This is a linoleum print. So what you see in black is the places that I don't carve on this like linoleum block. It's like an eraser material, and you get carving tools, and then wherever you don't want any of the black, you
Is the
carve
negative.
out. Yep. So I just carve this on a big block, and then I roll some ink on it and press it onto the paper.
This is the projects we did in elementary school, but
Yeah.
not quite
Yeah,
that
they
good.
didn't quite have
Yeah.
Thank
Didn't have that kind of pizzazz.
Could you take that block now and just run a scratch right through it? Because Joey wants a
Yeah.
101.
Yeah, yeah, you could do a lot with it.
No, it's so do you do other stuff as well?
Yeah, I make a lot of original painting. Right now, I have a job down on the South Shore, so every day that I don't work, I've been trying to make a painting. And I work with acrylic paint, watercolor paint, sometimes like sculpting, but not too much with that.
Did you go to school for art?
No, I go to school for exercise science. So this is just for fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So where can people find? Look at that. We already. Nice job, Pat. Pat's got a link to your Instagram page right now. Oh, Pat.
That's his computer pet.
Once I got her correct
Oh, yeah,
name,
That's running the.
It's the Pat bot.
Yeah, it's Pat bot. That's right. AI. You have AI. We call her Pat.
Actual intelligence.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. We'll bring Pat up for a second here because she's been so.
Well, it was easy once I got her actual name. Lost your sound.
Oh yeah, you lost the sound. No, that was because of me.
Because we switched to the Pat Cam.
We're all good.
Right.
No sound on that one.
Yeah. So, how much are you selling these for?
The framed ones are $25, and then the unframed are $15.
That is a tremendous value.
Yeah.
So
Is that all by sight and freehand and stuff? Or
Yeah.
It's
So I
carved
sketch it out, but yeah, I do it
That's
freehand.
they're beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, if you were to take an image like that upside down plover on its hat right there, could you do that on something like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Joey,
We're in business.
Hey, see the segue
We're in business. Let's
All
go.
right.
Yeah. You gotta put a cross mark. It's gonna be upside down and put a cross mark with the eyes.
In its eyes. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
We'll email you the image.
Corrupting these young artists. This is great. It's fantastic. No, but $25. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pay you $25 for this. I'm gonna feel guilty to pay you $25 just because I think it's so awesome. I really love it. So, do you also have a Facebook page?
Yeah, I do. I just made one yesterday. Brianna Hellner Fine Art. You can find me on there or my Instagram, Brie Artna, BRIARTNNA.
We really appreciate you making your way up here all the way from
I
Wayland.
appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are there any other linoleum prints? Is it linoleum? Is that the right term?
Yeah, linoleum is the right term. I have
The Gloucester one.
I have the Gloucester, Massachusetts one. I've been making like thank you cards on those. If you'd like to see a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely would.
So
She's Lynn Stevenson Vincente says, "Hi, sweetheart. It's Nanny. I'm so proud of you."
that's my grandma.
Oh, grandma.
I
Don't
love
worry,
you.
our mom's around all the time too.
Sundays are for grandma.
That's fantastic.
Well, I thought she was going to be.
Nothing like it.
You finally come in and you don't say
speaking of
hi.
moms,
Oh.
You come to town and you don't say
Yeah.
hello.
So that picture is the little Gloucester,
Very cool.
Massachusetts.
Pat, Jimmy, do the honors. You can go on that camera right there.
So-
Get right in tight, Jimmy. No, Jimmy, the Gloucester thing is higher. You got to bring the camera
There
higher.
you go.
Go
Yeah,
higher, Jimmy.
underneath it. Good. A little higher.
Jimmy, higher, Jimmy.
There.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
That's
So,
very cool as
That
well.
little card is also a linoleum print, which is tough because you have to do the letters all backwards.
Oh wow! So you sketch it out though.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Yeah. You're not doing that back. All right, so I'm going to buy 2 prints then today. I guess I'm going to buy
Awesome.
both. I'm going to have to give you $50.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get 2 of them because
Nice. Thank
that's
you very much.
and again, I'm going to feel like I'm stealing.
Joey, your mother wants one down Florida too.
50-50.
Yeah, 75 bucks
60,
today.
60. You want 60,
For my
60.
mother, it would have to be pink because everything's
Oh,
pink.
pink.
Hearts and pink or purple.
Yeah,
like
all right.
I'm sure she
lavender.
could change.
You know what? You got me there.
I
Fair
see
enough.
She could do pink ink.
That's why the glove is pink.
Right.
I think we call that fuchsia in the business.
No, I'm sorry. What was your name?
My name's Evan.
Evan, Scotty. Nice to
He's
meet you.
the supportive boyfriend.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you drove her
Very
out.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. We really
Thank you so much
appreciate
for having me.
So as a podcast version, both of you,
Mhm.
we have a two-part question for you,
Mhm,
and both of
yes.
you will answer these. It's
Because
called.
we'd be remiss if we didn't ask it, right?
That's
Wait,
right.
who did we say was going to do? Did we say that Paul was going to take these?
Yes.
Yes.
Paul does a
you're
great
gonna
job.
take this. Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do such a great job at it.
Yes.
All right, so podcast versions, we call it the death row meal, death row sub. So the premise is you're on death row, you get to pick your last meal, your last sub,
Mhm.
and it has to be a sub and then a meal from an actual restaurant or a place that someone could go to and get it. It can't be like, oh, I like my grandmother's
Right.
because your grandmother's on. I know you're going to say her food. You can't say her food. So you can go first. What your sub and what your meal would be.
My sub is an Italian sub from, I say a place too.
Yeah.
I'll say Destino's, an Italian sub from Destino's with everything on it. And
Huts,
yes,
oil and seasoning, or mustard, or nothing.
seasoning, yeah.
Oil and seasoning.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my death row meal, what would I have? What do I
Favorite
eat at the
restaurant?
time?
And keep in mind, you're on death row. You can have whatever you want in whatever restaurant. So
We'll come back to you. Your
Yeah,
turn.
come back.
Sub.
For a sub, I'd have to go with a nice fat chicken from Stino's. One of the worst things for you, but they taste so good.
Fat chicken, that's a sandwich?
It's got chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, French fries, and cheese. James River barbecue.
Oh my God.
What? Cooked in lard.
Oh, we might have to go for the fat chicken one of these days.
That's a
I'll bring that to you.
mozzarella sticks?
Yeah. And French fries.
And a defibrillator.
Yeah.
Clear. Wow, that's breaking news as well. That rivals some of the stuff we heard from the mayor today.
My last meal would probably be, I like Mom's Kitchen French toast. I love French toast. I love
Mom's
breakfast.
Kitchen vote.
Yeah.
Nice. Love Mom's Kitchen.
Scotty's dad eats at Mom's Kitchen 3 times a week.
He's
Yeah,
a regular there.
I would too.
His name is Bernie. Say hello to him when you see him.
And you?
For my death row meal, I would have to go with a blueberry muffin. The recipe that my grandmother made.
No.
No.
He wasn't listening.
Has to be a restaurant.
Oh,
That's
has to
what
be a
you go to. Yeah.
Restaurant?
Don't worry, we'll edit this in post.
The chicken sandwich did it, man.
Yeah.
I got the restaurant down. I'd have to go with the big steak from Oak to Ember.
Oh, the
very
big
good.
one. These guys are well versed. I thought you guys are from Weymouth. Those are like towering picks right there. I love it.
I'm a
Yeah.
Gloucester boy, born and raised. You guys know Kristen Michelle?
Sure.
Yeah.
She's my mother.
Oh,
So.
okay.
She's your mother?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And how'd you end up in Weymouth?
I
We
ended
met on
up
Tinder.
here. Yeah. So we met
Yeah.
on Tinder and then I moved here
Nice.
Oh,
After, like,
I
after
get
a
it.
little while.
Oh, right. Yeah, Kristen Michelle, one of the top what was Kristen Michelle, one of the founders of the Better Together movement.
Oh, yes,
You
yeah.
know, like, and also the hot one, one of the like patron saints of the hockey community. She
Absolutely.
does so much
And
for.
she's running the Gloucester Fishing Athletic Association now, right? She's still president.
There's so much stuff I can't even keep track of.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
She does not stop. Yeah. Oh, there she is piping in. Joey Shimataro, that's my boy! Exclamation mark. That's my boy! Yeah, she does. She is amazing. Her, Patty Wall, all that. Those Ed Wall.
Leo Bosco.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good people. Really always,
Joey, is your mom watching today?
Yes.
Speaking,
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
was that a setup? Because she just chimed in. She said,
no, it wasn't
"You
a
should
setup.
try Mom's Kitchen cinnamon rolls." It's on the screen as you said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a
Joey's
setup.
mom's watching, your mom's watching, my mom's watching.
Everyone.
My wife's watching.
We said Sundays are for moms. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Normally we hear from Gamber's mom too.
Yeah, where's my mom?
Where's she at?
Where are you, Mom?
Let's go.
She doesn't love me today.
We have to look and see if we have any missed. I think there's Mike Bertolino, good man right there.
I love Mike. Hello, Mike.
Same. Joey, don't even think about it. I think she's referring to that sandwich. Was it fat chicken? Fat chicken.
If you go to
Jesus.
Poseidon's, you have to say Zeus because sometimes it won't give you a fat chicken.
Wow.
It's like a little.
Zeus.
Yeah.
So they have a
upset about that.
similar deal.
Oh, yeah.
The Zeus.
A lot of places in Gloucester do.
Jeez.
Wow.
I'll tell you something. You're young, so you can still eat like that and maintain. If I did that, I'd be done for the day.
I had to stop. I used to weigh 260.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Good
So
for
what was your
I did too. I just kept going up after that.
Hey, Jimmy, show him a picture of how much you weighed in college.
Oh, my
Speaking of fat steaks, Joey and I went to Polana's.
God. By the way,
Kate got the tomahawk steak.
we have to clear.
Joey got a 5-pound stuffed lobster.
We have to clear the record because I've been ribbing Gamber
Holy cow.
because we made the Patriots bet 2 years ago.
Yeah, you lost a bet, didn't you?
Yeah, I lost a bet. I lost my shirt at the restaurant. Holy
I
shit.
went
Between him and
easy.
Kate. Tomahawk steak and a 5-pound stuffed lobster was what we started with.
Jill Gamber helped
No, my sister.
my sister. No mother though.
No,
Uh,
mom's not on today.
So, yeah, we went to Polana.
Polana,
So-
fantastic.
So Paul, at the end of the previous season, I won the bet. Patriots had a better regular season record than the Steelers, his Steelers.
Yeah.
Then he said, "Do you want to make it double or nothing?" Halfway, and I'm saying, "Why would I bet again if you haven't paid me for the first one?" He came through. So
Yes.
we have to clear the record.
Right. So we didn't bet this year because I didn't pay up from the year before.
But now,
Prior to the year before is when I wanted to do double or nothing. But you know when that is? It's like August,
You
right?
would have got away with
And
a
then
2.5 pound lobster.
trying to get this guy to do something during the season.
yeah, forget
So
it.
then forget about it.
Yeah.
And then in December, I said, all right, let's plan the dinner. We got to go to dinner. And we planned it. It was just last week because that's how many weeks it took just to find a time that.
It's a New Year's resolution that was
Yeah.
finally done.
Yeah, no, we got it done. But so the bet is back on for this upcoming season, which I have a good feeling that the Steelers are going to be better than the Patriots this coming season.
And I get the 5-pound lobster, and Holly gets the tomahawk steak.
But and the winner gets to pick. I think if I win this year, I think I might switch it up and go to iPosit
Oh yeah,
because
strong move right there.
How about you?
Strong move.
Yeah.
What when you win?
Ooh.
Where would you go? Would you go Polana or would you go iPosit?
Ooh. I would probably do. What is that? Rossetti's over in North
Great
Beverly.
choice. Great choice.
I went
Yeah.
to go there last night.
Rossetti's.
We couldn't get in. You have to call for
Yeah,
a reservation. Well,
Yeah.
in
No, I
advance.
was there when it first opened. It's very good.
They're busy.
Yeah.
They are great. I mean, like Tono. My favorite place. My favorite thing is the pork chop. They got a good one at Rossetti's too. That's one of the top things.
The vinegar peppers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Same.
excited
Yeah.
for Talisa to open. Yeah.
Have you guys been to Talise?
Of course, we've live streamed from Talise. Yeah, place is fantastic. They're down. They opened up Talise down in
Sendero.
Yes,
San
yeah.
Pedro. Yeah, Jesus, very well. This guy could be a regular over here. He's got all the answers. I love it.
Try to be regular everywhere.
I've got a
That's
Talise
what
t-shirt.
But Paul, so if you go to Polana, so I ordered something because if you go to Polana, you would order a steak. It's a prime steakhouse. I wanted to take it easy on Paul. I actually didn't get the
You hope
5-pound
you-
lobster. I got the risotto, the seafood risotto, and it was phenomenal. But what I also got, which I don't think I would have thought to get, but if you go to Polana next time, get the creamed corn.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
It
Because
was.
someone had mentioned it at the bar when we were waiting for them. Said, "Oh my God, the cream corn was unbelievable. You got to try it." I was like, "Cream corn, really?" Got it. Was worthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Did winning the bet include dessert?
it would have, but we were all stuffed.
Would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't
And
have to go.
yeah. Well,
That's right.
I'm not. So here's the thing. If you
We did get dessert though. We shared it. It was a chocolate cake,
Oh,
and we got cappuccino.
I think you insisted.
Yeah.
Paul insisted. Being a gracious loser, he insisted.
Yeah. Loser being the operative word there.
I gotta tell you something though. Like if I win a bet like that, some people would go the other way and they would order the most expensive thing. I took it easy on it.
Run over
Yeah,
the
you
bet
didn't
real
have
quick
to.
again. What were the particulars of the bet?
Just regular season home wins. Who had more regular
Who has
season
a
home
regular
wins?
season home runs? Yeah, and it was great though, and I appreciate you taking us out. Kate said Kate, quick to correct us. The chocolate cake was ordered.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
She brought it up. I think she was a reverse
She sent a
psychologist.
picture of you on the way home too, by the way.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even make it from Polana's to back to Gloucester, and he's already sound asleep in the car.
Anybody that
Which,
knows-
by the way, we predicted.
It's true to form.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. We go up to Portsmouth, we come back from Portsmouth, he's asleep in the car. We got to wake him up so he can get his McDonald's soft serve.
That's right. The McDonald's soft serve is a staple.
That's right.
It is special.
Yeah.
Kate thinks it's poison. She thinks China operatives have totally tried to take over, and there's some poison in that stuff.
If Joey's asleep in the car, all you got to say soft serve, and he perks right up. He wakes right up.
Yeah.
And then we got to so I also found out that how you always go to those places and they always say that the machine is broken. So do you want to know?
Yes.
You want to know what the real story is? Do you know the real
No,
story?
no.
Do you know the real
no,
story? Anybody
man.
here know the real
I
story?
used to work at
somewhat.
McDonald's, so maybe, but I want to see what you're
Wasn't
gonna
it-
say.
Okay, so
Do they not get cleaned very well? And they're kind of gross in there.
So this is the story that I heard was that if it's getting towards the end of the shift and they don't think they're going to sell many more, it takes a lot to actually clean the whole thing. So they just stop it they clean it and say the machine's broken rather than like have to make a batch and then have to clean it all. Oh, is that right?
That's exactly right.
Oh!
Insider
How long does a batch in that machine last?
How long does what last?
Like when they put, it comes in like a big container,
yeah.
right? They dump it in,
like
and
the day.
it's only for one day, so
Yeah,
they won't run that for a day or two.
Yeah.
Unless
Run
Joey
it for
goes
the same
by
day.
that.
Oh, all right.
Depends
So,
on the day, though, how many people are getting ice cream and stuff.
yeah.
So so here's the thing. I think that they would be better off because people get really frustrated with that. It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying we shut down the machine for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And have like a time that you shut it down. I don't know. So
Yeah.
people can get in before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or on the app say ice cream is available, and they shut the machine off, and automatically goes and say, okay, we can pass this one and we'll drive another 10 miles to get to the next
Or better yet, go to Dairy Queen.
DQ. I think I like the McDonald's one better than the DQ.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the McDonald's soft serve. I am.
Yeah.
You've got me on those.
Yeah. There you go.
Did you see the movie Founder with Michael Keaton where he plays Ray Kroc?
No.
You should see that because he sort of screwed the McDonald brothers out of the business, but they used to have real, fraps. Mm-hmm. And so he says it's more efficient if we don't have all these containers of ice cream. And it's basically some powdered thing that they started with back in the 50s, but now it's like a big plastic bag of goop that they just freeze somehow on the fly. So yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what
And
it is?
the smoothies and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. Would you eat a McDonald's Dairy Whip? You know,
Yeah,
the ice cream. So, okay, there you go,
I
Kate.
would eat the ice cream.
There you go, Kate. She says she worked there and she would eat it. So you got that.
Kate said it's actually made of plastic, not even ice cream.
That's her theory. That is her theory. She says that all the time. Every time we pull off the side of the road to get Mark Leonard chimes in with Lobsterland has excellent seafood risotto. I'm gonna have to try
Good to
that.
know.
When do they reopen? It's gotta be in March or April reopening, I would think. Patrick McNally says single maintenance vendor at McDonald's ice cream, so it's a bottleneck to fix too. Big documentary about it. I think that's a cover up because I think it's really they don't want to advertise that they don't want to clean the machines if they're running. Oh, Brendan Grimes Davis says Dairy Queen is definitely the best soft serve. We got a controversy right here. I'd like you to chime in. Who has the best non mom and pop shop Dairy Whip? Is it? Oh, Wendy's. I think you have to put Wendy's in the mix.
You have to.
You have to put Wendy's in the mix. Those are great.
Yeah.
Do you ever dip French fries in the Wendy's?
Yes. Yes.
chocolate? Yeah, that's a move.
No, it's not a fruit. What the hell do they call their shakes?
The Frosties, yes.
Frosties. There's a wealth of information.
I'll tell you, you guys are welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime.
Right
These
after
two
our own heart.
tremendous guests. Yeah, there you go.
Culture experts.
Jersey Shore, it's Coors ice cream, Coors Brothers ice cream.
Okay, here's Kate displaying how she's the healthy Kate says. Okay, this is Kate's. Is this the McDonald's Dairy Whip? Milk ingredients, sugar.
Milk ingredients. Was that cow hair or something?
Modified milk. It has milk ingredients, sugar, then modified milk ingredients, glucose, mono and diglycerides, guar gum, dextrose, carrageenan, cellulose gum, natural flavor, sodium hydroxide, and sodium carbonate. I wish
Everything we have in our kitchen right now.
I wish I didn't read that. I really wish I didn't read it. Thanks.
You'll forget it when you drive by.
Sodium hydroxide is just salt, and sodium carbonate is baking soda.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. It sounds much more insidious, doesn't
It
it?
sounds awful when you do it that way.
Jerry, I know you're taking a poll on this, but I want to take a step further just for a second. You said besides mom and pop places, I do want to add a mom and pop place.
Okay.
We do uplift local business.
Yep.
The cupboard with the soft serve
Oh yeah.
is
Tremendous.
tremendous. And,
Because
then if you get the
dips.
dip,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to bring it up.
Most places don't have the peanut crunch either. I don't know if it's real peanuts, but what is that stuff that was my go-to topic.
I think it's the shells.
Shells.
Peanut shells.
Oh, yeah.
Less expensive.
My mother says baking soda is good for you. In what capacity, Ma? There's that.
In an ice cream, Joe.
Oh,
She's trying to stick up for you. Why you should keep eating your
Yeah,
spring
listen,
soft
they're
serve.
trying to kill me off is what she started. No, but what is that? What is it? Peanut Crunch? You know, it's like yellow. It's
Sort of like that's on the Butter Crunch donuts, that kind of material.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What are you a Jimmy's guy?
Yeah.
Or are you a chocolate dip guy? Are you
You know what?
caramel dip?
At the cupboard specifically, sometimes I would go for the chocolate, sometimes I go for the strawberry, and then other times, if I was really feeling fancy, the butterscotch.
Oh, there you go.
Butterscotch.
Have you had
They would harden right around the sauce.
Have you had the Jimmy's discussion here? I was at a staff meeting in my office.
Shots of
A couple of the
Jimmy's.
out-of-state managers.
Sprinkles.
They use sprinkles
Or shots.
What are you talking about?
I think in
Sprinkles.
Connecticut they used to call them shots.
Shots.
Shots or Jimmy's.
Okay.
Shots would be.
Shots would be the sprinkles or Jimmy's. We used to call them shots. Chocolate shots,
So I always thought
rainbow
this.
shots.
I always
Jimmy's
thought
hands down.
I always thought the sprinkles were the multicolored ones, and the
Yes.
Jimmy's were the brown ones.
That's correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought it was colored Jimmy's or chocolate
Or,
Jimmy's.
Yeah.
The Jimmy's.
yeah.
My mother-in-law went to Richardson's one time, and down the Jersey Shore they have peanuts and a caramel sauce that they put over the ice cream. And so she's up here, and we bring her to Richardson's, and she says to the guy at the front counter, "Do you have wet nuts?" And he goes, "Excuse me, ma'am." And she's like, "Oh, you don't call them that here?" And he goes, "Well, it is awful warm, but."
Is that really true story?
True story.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you have wet nuts? And she's like, the peanuts and the caramel sauce. He's like, "No, man, we don't have those."
God, that's crazy.
So apparently, wet nuts in the Jersey Shore is different than it is at Richardson's ice cream. That kid will never be the same. The poor kid will never be the same.
By the way, best local ice cream, and not just local. Holy Cow won
Yes.
a United States award for their
Yes.
Ritzy AF.
Yes.
I won't say it,
Oh,
Right.
but Ritzy AF is in our household. Actually, I can't speak for Kate because I'm not sure if it's hers. But my daughter's and my favorite ice cream is the Holy Cow Ritzy AF.
that is good.
It is.
See, that's very big of you not to mention
know.
your own ice cream, the GMG
Right.
ice cream that they had at Holy Cow.
I'll be
The
honest with
Tipsy
you,
Seagull.
It's not a regular flavor,
It's
though.
not. Yeah. This
Special order flavor.
This is that Ritzy AF won a
I
national
saw
award.
that. Yeah, that's amazing.
They're doing great things. Yeah, and they were featured on Channel 5 the other day.
Really?
Yeah, two local places featured on Channel 5.
Who was that with Chet?
What's that?
Was it Chet on Channel 5? Chet and Natalie? Is that?
Oh my
It's
God,
like 40 years ago,
1980, yeah. No, but they did a feature, and Mike Schifino, who owns Holy Cow. He went into buying that building thinking he was just going to do condo conversions or apartment
Right.
conversions. And while he was, doing demo work, like so many people had been coming by and asking, "Are you going to do ice cream? Are you going to do it? When are you going to open for ice cream?" But they said, "What the hell? Let's do the ice cream." And they just didn't want to do any ice cream. Like, I'm not a fan of Richardson's. I think Richardson's is average ice cream.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah, basic ice cream. And he said, if we're going to do it, we're going to push our, I was going to say nuts all in, but we're going to push our chips all in. And like he uses a higher fat content in his ice cream, which gives it that creamier, more, delicious taste. And they're really doing well. They've expanded considerably since. So shout out to a local business. We love that.
Well, if this topic isn't summer dreaming, I don't know what is.
That's right. All right. So, there's one other thing I would be remiss if I didn't mention. The zip trips. There was a thing put out. We posted about it. I don't know if Pat has the link, but they're was it Fox does the zip trips? Okay, Pat, who does those zip trips? Why do I have Pat turn?
I don't know.
I thought Gene
Hold on, I got it
Levanti
right
did
here.
that,
I got it on my thing.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I did see it. I'm looking for it. You got
Look
it?
for it. Yeah, it is Fox. So I'll do a completely new post about it and give you the link. But the town that does the most number of votes for their town gets it. And it could be a more appropriate town for that. They come in the summer and they go and they broadcast from all these towns. I was part of it. My daughters were probably 4 or 5 years old at the time when they had come. And
Is that when Carl dressed up like the lobster?
maybe it was up at Stage 4 Park.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do have so Kate, I did post about it. Pat, if you go to my post, you can get the link. There you go. So don't just comment on my post on my Facebook page. Pat provided the link in the notes here. If you click on that, and then you can say why our town deserves to have the zip trip, then we have a good chance for the 400th for them to come here, which I don't think there'd be a more appropriate place for them to broadcast from, and we have especially in the summertime.
And what is the zip trips? What do they do?
So they come down and they broadcast live from your city for the day, and they'll have all local people come. I'm sure the mayor would be part of it.
Yeah.
And
So would that would be during the 400 then, wouldn't it? If they were covering Gloucester at
I
all?
think there's a delay. Is there a delay?
That would be huge for the story.
We should probably do it for the 400.
I think if we did it for the 400,
Yeah,
that's a great
I think
idea.
it's a good idea if we did it for the 400.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought of that.
I'm just picking up.
He has, in his defense, he has his eardrum is detached from his thing.
Okay.
He has testing right now.
What?
The eardrum doesn't connect to the brain.
It actually is not. It's not doing well, to be honest.
Because we talked about it 5 minutes before you fucking brought it up. So don't
Sunday.
Poor Scott.
Tough
Kate,
luck.
there you go. Kate gets good.
It's my turn. Don't worry. It's my turn. Gary, I know.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm up.
So there's that, which is nice. Pat, thank you for Pat. Tremendous job getting the link up there. All right, so if you haven't done it yet, go to Brianna's Hallner's page. Kristen Michelle, if you have the link, if you could put that link up for her Facebook page so people can contact her directly to buy her. Let's go to camera 2 for a second. You want to hold that up again?
Yeah.
I just bought that one. She also has a lithograph of this is Gloucester, Massachusetts. I'm going to purchase that one as well. Only $25 framed. You can't beat that. And you can buy 2 and keep them. You put one above the other as a. It wouldn't be a triptych. It would be a duo tick or something like that.
Get them now because they ain't gonna stay $25 for too long.
Yeah.
She's gonna start selling them off. We have to raise their price. It's supply and demand, folks.
Yeah, there's that. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Mayor Verga, thank you for coming and keeping everybody up informed.
Yeah, you were like this close to asking me a question before Brianna came. You probably forgot it, right? Because it's right out.
I forget now. Kristen, if you could put a link there. Oh, I think she found the link.
The swingers from the villages are sticking up for Scotty, saying don't be mean to him.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
swingers.
Yeah, that's nice.
You guys know about the swingers in the villages in Florida?
I don't know about the swingers.
You don't know about that? Oh yeah.
I'm not sure I'm too well aware of that.
No, the
All you
villages.
gotta do is Google it.
Yeah.
The Village is a retirement
Google.
community down in Florida, and it's like I think it's 3 times the size of Gloucester, the population, and they have they're known. Their dubious distinction is they have the highest STD rate in the United States.
I have heard of that, yes,
Yeah.
of like syphilis or something.
So just Google villages, Florida, and loofahs. You get all the information you need right
No,
there.
that's how you know if you're the swingers. They have different color loofahs to depict what level of swinging that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go any further than that. We could give very detailed.
That'll be the late edition.
Yeah, not the late edition.
Some of them have a loofah abacus. They keep track of how often.
I'm going to try to get. I'm going to try to get Chris Spittle on for the weather report tomorrow. Oh, we're going live from the Cape Ann YMCA tomorrow because the Cove Cafe is opening up their spot there. Alicia Clayton's going to be with us tomorrow. And then I'm also meeting with Gemma Wilkins tomorrow, right after that. And we're going to discuss the Gloucester's electricity aggregation program.
Gemma's the sustainability coordinator.
Yes. And if you haven't heard about it yet and you haven't taken advantage of it yet, and you just taking on your bill what the rate is from National Grid, you can save Okay, thank you for that. You can save a substantial amount of money, and it literally takes you. Again, it would take you less than a minute. We'll provide the link. You click the link. You put have your energy, your electricity bill with you, and they'll swap you right into this Constellation Energy program where it's less than 11 cents a kilowatt hour compared to I think it's like 51 cents or something.
And we're locked in until the end of 2024. So
absolutely insane not to take advantage of that. Again, like we like to say on Good Morning Gloucester, if you don't like money, don't pay attention and don't do it. So there's that.
Coming from a value guy.
Pat McNally. All right, Jimmy, get on the camera. We need you to move for a second.
Yes.
We're going to go to camera 2. There.
Ladies and gentlemen, no piping plovers were harmed in the making of today's podcast. Thank you.
Awkward silence.
You're still on.
Little town with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's Good Morning Gloucester to you. Oh, it's Good Morning Gloucester to you. I say Good Morning Gloucester to you. Good morning, Gloucester, from over the